Hello, everyone. I am back. Yes, the one and only Dak Cohen is back. I have not done an episode for this podcast since March 12th last year. You may be wondering, what has happened all this time since I last made the episode? Well, bunch of things. Kind of fast tracking. I'm done with high school. Got done with high school, graduated, class is 2025. Won't say the high school, but graduated from high school. And now I am a college student, my freshman year as a college student in the winter term of 2026. This podcast is going to be more oriented now to kind of just sports. Like, if I want to talk political, then sure, I will. But at this moment in time, I'm not going to do it. I don't really need to. There's no point. So, yeah. I hope everyone's doing well. But the return of the Dak Cohen Podcast is happening. Season 3. Yes, we're on 3 seasons right now. How this is going to work is we're on season 3. I am going to upload every other week. So today's Friday. So starting, you'll hear the first episode come out on Wednesday, and then from that Wednesday on, every other Wednesday, you'll get a podcast episode until something happens. But that's kind of short-term track of life, and yeah. So this is the official trailer. Let's get right into the Dak Cohen Podcast. I hope you guys can keep listening, because I got some exciting news to also share with you at some point in time. But yeah, let's get this show back on the road. Dak Cohen Podcast 2026 is now underway. Let's get it. Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Dak Cohen Podcast. The first episode of season 3 of the podcast is officially underway here. I am your host, Dak Cohen, and let's get a few things out of the way, shall we? That being that I'm officially no longer a high school student. As you guys know, the last episode uploaded this podcast was March 12th, 2025. A bunch of things have happened since March. And that was with my good old friend, Jameson Downs, who I'm still friends with. Very good guy, very great guy. He might be a feature on this podcast at some point in time. But yeah. A couple things about myself that have happened since March of 2025. Graduate high school, now in my freshman year of college. And that, oh boy, there's been so much that has happened. Like, I had a pretty roller coaster summer. I won't fully go into that, but I could say it was quite eventful myself. But yeah, that's just some stuff about me. I've been doing good. Lost a lot of weight. Nowadays people just say, is that you, Dak? You look very skinny compared to old photos I've seen of you. And I'd be like, well, yeah, I've lost a lot of weight. I've been working out, walking, doing all the healthy things for normal people. But yeah, I'm perfectly fine. I'm good. I'm ready to rock and roll with this podcast. And let's do it, man. Let's freaking do it. So first on the agenda that we got here, I would like to congratulate the Seattle Seahawks on winning this year's winning the 2025 Super Bowl 60 Super Bowl 60 champions, Seattle Seahawks. The Pacific Northwest hasn't had Super Bowl champions a very long time. Last time Seattle won was, I believe, the Legion of Boom in 2013. We don't talk about 2014 on this podcast. That just brings bad memories for most people. So we won't talk about it. Fuck you, Malcolm Butler. Anyways. But yeah, congratulations, Seahawks, and Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker, first running back to win the finals, to win Super Bowl MVP since Terrell Davis of the 98 Broncos. Man, that is quite some history. It's also interesting how, if you look back at 2014 between the Patriots and the Seahawks, if Marshawn Lynch, alternative reality, if Marshawn Lynch had became the Super Bowl MVP, that would have been something, wouldn't it? But oh well, that's in the past. Super Bowl, Seahawks defense. The Seahawks defense this year was so balanced out, not just offensively inside of the football, but defensively on the side of the football. You had Leonard Williams, you had Tariq Woolen, Devin Witherspoon at your corners. You had DeMarcus Lawrence in the acquisition trade with Dallas. You had a whole bunch. Was quite interesting. So great job on the defensive end of the football. I mean, that Super Bowl really showed that defense does win championships, and Seattle has proven that. I'm wondering if they can go into next season kind of keeping that momentum up, because most of their guys are either going to head into free agency this offseason, or they're going to somehow try and sign a contract extension. Like the top two players, I think, right now, offensively, are Kenneth Walker. Oh, and defensively, Devin Witherspoon. But I mean, Kenneth Walker wants to be a diehard Seahawk. He literally goes up to John Snyder and is like, hey, can we talk about contract extension here and now, live at the championship parade in Seattle? And he's like, nah, you must be crazy. We gotta wait till later to do that one. And I'm like, bro, really just wants to be a diehard Seahawk at this rate. Honestly, I don't blame him. Seattle is a good team. Oh, and JSN, Jackson Smith Nemjigma. JSN, yeah, one of the, definitely going into next season, he's definitely gonna be a top 5 wide receiver. He is in the conversation, obviously, to be a top 5 wide receiver. That's how I see it. Do I believe he deserves the over $42.2 million contract extension? I would say sure, but I wouldn't pay $42 million. I would pay close to like $40 million or something like that to keep him on the Seahawks. That's just me. If I was a GM, I would sign $40 million. That's just me. But I hope going into next season, Seattle, not just offensively but defensively, can keep it up with the football. I mean, and can we just talk about Sam Darnold real quick? What an absolute comeback story. This brother goes from being on the Poverty Jets, third, I believe, was he first or third overall, to the Jets, plays a couple seasons there. He said he saw a ghost, And then he gets dished out to, I think it was Carolina, goes to Carolina, plays his backup there for a year or so. I think he was also there when Baker Mayfield was there on that 1-year contract or 2-year contract. And then Baker went to Tampa. Then he goes from then Carolina trades him to San Francisco. San Francisco in 2023, if you remember, made the Super Bowl, and he was, guess what, the backup. But guess what? 49ers are also known for choking, and so they lost to my Chiefs in that Super Bowl. Amazing Super Bowl to watch, by the way. Really a close one. They couldn't get the revenge in Super Bowl 57, I would like to say. And they couldn't get it a second time. They really couldn't. But yeah, yeah, that just, I felt sorry for Sam Darnold after that. I was like, where's this brother going? Then he signs a 1-year contract with the Minnesota Vikings. Signs with the Vikings, balls the absolute fuck out, leads the Vikings to a 14-3 record. And then all of a sudden, I think it was the Rams. The Rams come in, dominate, and all that magic just got thrown out the window. Dominated during the regular season, and then it just gets shoved out the window like nothing. And then a bunch of analysts we're saying, he's going back to his old ways, turning over the ball, taking sacks, and blah, 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 blah. No, this brother Sam Darnold could have went back to Minnesota. I honestly I didn't listen. At that time, I didn't really listen to the analysts. I just kind of moved past it. I was like, this brother could still play football for sure at an elite level. The dude's only still 28, going to turn 29, and he could still play. Then he heads the free agency market in 2024. Guess what? Minnesota doesn't pick up a contract extension or talks about contract negotiating with him whatsoever. They let him walk. And then they have JJ McCarthy coming in, 9. Like, what's that whole persona of 9? That seems so fucking stupid. It really seems so fucking stupid. Yeah, so they let Sam Darnold walk. And then I remember, I think I was somewhere in my house when the news broke that Sam Darnold had signed with Seattle on a 3-year, $100 million with, like, I think $20 million guaranteed or something along the lines of that. And I'm like, okay, this could either be good for the Seahawks or this could be very bad for the Seahawks. John Snyder said, we're willing to take that option. And then next thing you know, to start the season, Seahawks lost, I think. They won a couple, lost a couple. It wasn't until midseason that Sam Darnold showed his true colors and threw the ball amazingly. Oh my God. And going to close out the season, week 16 against the Rams, Seattle at home. Next thing you know, Sam Darnold takes the snap, throws it into, I think it was like the fullback or the tight end, and Seattle claims the division in the NFC West. I was like, wow, this brother came to play. No cap. He came to play. And my main worry of him heading into the Super Bowl was, or even the NFC Championship game, was, is he going to turn over the ball and go back to his old version of himself? Nope, didn't turn a single turnover in the NFC Championship game. clinched the win and sent the Seahawks to Super Bowl 60. Then that that concern then carried on to the Super Bowl. And I was like, okay, well, if Sam Darnold's going to be from picks, this isn't going to be a great game. Because let's be honest, the Patriots winning the AFC Championship game against the Broncos, that was kind of a fluke, in my opinion. Like, the Patriots defense did not show up until the fucking fourth quarter in the Super Bowl. And when they played that snow game against Denver, oh boy, trust me, I didn't think that was going to go anywhere. I really wanted Denver to win, but then prior to that in the divisional, Bo Nix gets injured. And then Jared Stidham comes in, throws a pick. Broncos keep kicking field goals. And then Patriots won off of a field goal kick 10-7. Patriots punched their ticket to the Super Bowl. Cool. But then when we got to the Super Bowl, Drake May just was heavied under pressure by the Seattle defense. Hence why Seattle has the nickname that was transferred over from the Legion of Boom to the Dark Side. Oh man, when I heard that nickname, I was excited. Very, very excited. But yeah, when I got invited to watch the Super Bowl at a friend's house, so I didn't even watch it here at my own house. That was fun. We had some Wingstop, we had our wings and our sodas. Very, very, very Super Bowl party-esque, I would say. And for that was fun. My favorite play was when Drake May takes the snap and then his lineman kind of like bowling ball pins trying to protect him, kind of just ping pong him back out of the pocket, and then the ball pops up in the air and the Seattle defense scores it for pick 6. And I was like, oh snap, that was fire as fuck. That was my favorite play. But yeah, the Patriots just kind of outsold themselves. They just really put on a stinker. I will give respect to the to the Patriots defense. Their defense showed up when it was kind of too late. They should have showed up a lot earlier. That's just my opinion. But yeah, congratulations to Seattle. Hopefully you guys going into next season will continue the dominance. Hopefully. On to some other news. Can we talk about the Portland Trailblazers for a second? I've been to a couple Blazer games this season, more than I would like to say. But I like going to these games. At the time of recording this, they're playing the Nuggets, and they only have a 43.5% chance of winning. Jokic is playing. Wasn't sure. But yeah, let's talk about the Blazers for a second. The Portland Trailblazers are set to hopefully make the play-in. I mean, we're 27 and 29. And the way I see it, to finish the rest of the season out will be interesting. The next game that I'm going to is against the Hornets, in which Charlotte has a pretty decent one. Yeah, but I mean, I like how the Blazers are just kind of trying to push in for a play-in spot. Oh my God. I mean, and us acquiring Danny Avdia tells you something. This brother, Danny Avdia. Let me share my screen to show you. Hold on 1 second. This brother, Danny Avdia. This brother, Danny Avdia, is averaging, oh my God. This brother, Danny Avdia, is averaging 25.2 points a game on 46% shooting. Yeah, that's 90%. But he's 14th in points this season. That tells you something of the evolution of Danny Avdia. Danny, let me look at his overall career. Danny Avdia, when he was selected by the Wizards, played about 52 games in his first in the 2021 season, had averaged 23 minutes. Look at this. He went from scoring 6.3, 0.6 steals and 3 blocks, or 6, 1, and 4. Slowly got better as a role player. 22, 8. In the 22 season, 8, 7, and 2. So that was his sophomore year, junior year in the league in 23. Still averaging the role player numbers there, as you see. And then senior year in the league, played all the games, averaging 14.7. And we're like, okay, all of us, kind of just shrug. We're like, yeah, he's just a role player for Washington. Washington's not good. They're not going to move anything on. Oh man, did he turn it up when he got traded to Portland? Games played all 70. He played 72. He started 54 games. He went from 14.7 to 17 points per game on 78% shooting. That's really good for Danny. Oh, sorry, on 47% shooting. That's really good for Danny Avdia. That was his first season as a Blazer. This brother has turned it up to another level. And next thing you know, he averages 25, 2, oh no, wrong thing. 7.2 rebounds, 6.6 assists. Yeah, he literally is like the face of the Blazers right now until Damian Lillard returns. That's how I see it. So for him to just absolutely blossom and, he was the 9th pick, by the way. For him to try and advance this Blazers squad into the play-in will be interesting to see. I really hope the Blazers make the play-in. Right now, we're 10th in the West. Memphis is below 500. We can try, if we win our next few games, we could pass the Clippers for 9th in the West. And maybe possibly Golden State. But I don't want to, eat my own words. So I would say let's focus on the Clippers first. Let's talk about Sacramento real quick. Yeah, right here. DeAndre Hunter out for the season due to a fucking eye injury. This dude is only out because of an eye injury. Surgery on the left eye. Oh my gosh, I feel so sorry for the Sacramento Kings. Who is there left that's good on this Sacramento team? Nobody. Like, let me tell you who's going to be out. Who's going to be out of for the rest of, for the rest of the season. DeMar DeRozan. Oh, is he actually playing? Oh, DeMar's playing. I read somewhere he was out. Okay, I got that wrong then. So DeMar's playing. Zach LaVine, yes, out for a season. Zach LaVine undergo season-ending surgery on his right hand after the All-Star break. So Zach LaVine's out. Domantas Sabonis is out. He's having surgery on a torn left meniscus, so he's out. Westbrook's been okay. I do hope he finds a new team this offseason, so we'll see. Malik Monk, active. Yeah, barely anyone, and then they recently acquired DeAndre Hunter in the trade with Atlanta. Is out for the season. So, 3 of their starters just shot out the window, out for season. Oh man, do I feel bad for Sacramento fans. That really stinks. And you're paying Sabonis on a $43 million deal. $43 million. Who else are you? You're paying DeMar on a $24 million. God damn. And Zach LaVine on a $47 million contract. Oh my god, that's horrible. So yeah, best of luck to the Sacramento Kings fans. I don't see you guys really going anywhere. Let me show you how. Let me show you our roster and who's getting paid. So Danny Avdija getting paid $14 million does not surprise me, and he has one of the best contracts in the NBA currently. Kamara, I really want to see a bounce back next season. He's been kind of off and on, averaging averaging 13 this season. Yeah, that's not that great, honestly. That doesn't surprise me though. Thibault is coming back, and Ripper actually got released, by the way. He's not playing Portland anymore. Yeah, we made way for Sidney Kasoko. 6.5, 2.6, all that. So, yeah, person I would. Well, how much is Drew Holiday getting paid on a contract? Drew Holiday. Where is he? Oh, 32 million? That seems expensive. Lillard's only getting paid 14 million. That's absolutely freaking bonkers to me. Jeremy Grant, 32 million. He eats up most of our cap. This is the only guy, in my opinion. I don't care if he's averaging 18, 3, and 2 and shooting 43% from the field. He still needs to get traded. I wouldn't continue paying 32 million for a guy who's 31. I'm sorry. I don't see it. The way I see it is, who's the face of the franchise until Damian Lillard gets back? Danny Avdija. That's who I see as the face of the Blazers franchise until Damian Lillard gets back. Chauncey Billups is also no longer coaching us, by the way. We might as well just hire Thiago Splitter already, dude. Come on. It's not that hard. Just hire the brother already. Yeah, but hopefully the Blazers can make a play-in push for sure. Yes. Let's talk about the Detroit Pistons real quick. The Detroit Pistons, 41-31, and on a 4-game win streak, 8-2 loss their last 10 games. Oh my god. What is going on with the Detroit Pistons? The Pistons last year were horrible. Oh my gosh. Where were the Pistons last year? This is last year. Were they below the Wizards? Oh yeah, Charlotte's also getting better. Oh no, the Pistons were 44-38 last season. Okay, they weren't okay, so they've been, yeah. It would have been the 2024 season where they were horrible. 1468. Oh my god. In just a one season turnaround, they're back at the top. Are we seeing the forming of the 2004 Pistons, where they're out for vengeance and possibly going all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals? I would love to see the Pistons go all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think that would be interesting. The way I see it, they're scheduled to probably battle against New York. New York is the 4th seed at the moment. But we also have to take into consideration Boston is right behind. And the reason I say Boston's right behind is Jason Tatum's about to return. And if Tatum returns, that can really shake things up to end the season and going into playoffs for the Eastern Conference Finals. Or just the East entirely. Like, Jaylen Brown has been playing an absolute tear these recent games. 29, 7, 48, and 48% shooting. He is on a tear. Holy Chaloza. I am very shocked that this Boston team, led by Jaylen Brown, is the second in the West, second in the East. I find it very surprising. So keep an eye out for Boston, because they can really shake things up. Another team. Oh yeah, back to the Pistons. The Pistons have been an absolute tear. Cade Cunningham, 25, almost 26 a game, 5'9", and shooting 46 from the field. Like, what is happening with this team? All around, they're just amazing on the ball. Like, let's look at the 2024 season. So in 2024, here we go. In 2024, he averaged 22, 9, and 7. That just tells you that from 2 years ago to now makes a big difference, especially in this Pistons team. That's I forgot. I think JB Bickerstaff is who they're led by. Oh man, what does a season turnaround like that do for the Pistons? I could definitely see it going far for this Piston squad, for sure. Cade Cunningham, keep it up, my brother. I can really see you guys going to the Eastern Conference Finals, and maybe I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but maybe winning it. Who knows? I'm not ahead of myself, just saying. New York needs to get back in the running. I feel like they're slowly just falling out a little bit. Toronto's right on their fucking heel, too. And they're on a 1-game win streak. Brett is averaging 27, 3, and 6 from 47% shooting. It's been 30 years since their last NBA title. Do we think they're going to ever get another NBA title? That is yet to be seen. But I hope that they make the Eastern Conference Finals, and we'll see who comes out on top as the winner. Hopefully. I really hope the New York Knicks can make it out, for sure. For sure. I don't know what the MVP odds at the moment are. Oh yeah, where were we ranked in the NBA Cup? Oh, 2-2 and lost. Okay. Trade machine odds. Here we go. No, not those type of odds. Goofball. Luka leads in offensive points at 32.8. Shea at 31.8, even though he's been injured this whole time. Jokic leads in rebounds. Victor leads in blocks at 2.7. Jokic leads in assists. Curry, even though being out, is averaging 4.5, and Kawhi is averaging in steals. Who do I think is going to win the MVP at this point in time right now? I would like to throw my hat in the ring for the brother, Cade Cunningham. I think he could win this year's MVP for sure. Another person to look out for, maybe Nikola Jokic. That's kind of an obvious one. It's Nikola Jokic. What do you expect? That's another guy that I would be on the lookout for in terms of MVP. I would definitely love to see one of those two guys win the MVP. I don't know who yet, but I would preferably probably Cade Cunningham. Especially a 1 year turnaround can do for, or a season and a half turnaround for you for this Piston squad. So I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. That's what it currently looks like in the league. But I mean, with that being said, man, on to some other news. I have a project in the works with a good dear friend of mine that I may or may not, I hope that will go underway at some point in time. I won't fully disclose what it is at this time, but I might be in the works. I have some projects underway that I will be happy to reveal in due time. I am hoping that what I will say is I do hope that that this project goes through. I really do hope. I've been looking to do something new for a while. And that, being, doing more of my podcast, but also doing other things. Who knows? But yes, the Dak Cohen Podcast is back. The Dak Cohen Podcast is back. Season 3 underway. Uploading every other Wednesday, hopefully. So if I miss an upload, I will talk about it. And yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this return, man. I have missed podcasting for quite some time, and I would like to come back with the grind. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode for sure. I hope you guys will continue to listen in, and there'll be some guests down the line on this podcast. With that being said, I hope you guys have a good rest of your night, your evening, your day, your morning, wherever you're listening from around the world for this podcast. I'm your host, Dak Cohen, and I'll see you guys next time for another edition of the Dak Cohen Podcast. Your host, Dak Cohen, out.